Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 23. It is now time for round 8 of our Moto2 career mode. It's time for the TT Circuit of Assen, and we start from pole position. So here we go then, guys and gals. We wait for the red lights to go out, back on pole for the first time in a while. We wait, and away we go. This is the plan, power setting 3 to the maximum, just like we did in the Saxon Ring, and we'll try and manage it later on. But the AI suck at the starts in Moto 2, and look at that already! 1.8 seconds is the difference going into the Ossa broken. Speaking of broken, the AI here in Assen must be completely awful, because in qualifying, I only did 2 laps. I did 1 lap in free practice to get myself into qualifying, and then 1 qualifying lap to get pole position. The AI in this track really struggle in the qualifying. I don't know how well it's going to correlate in the race, so I'm not taking any chances. Power setting 3 until we need to drop down to power setting 2. This could be the one, guys and gals. We have been trying for 7 rounds to get a victory. In fact, for the past couple of rounds, we've been just trying to get onto the podium. But this one, we could be in luck. Now, I didn't see the AI, I didn't really see anyone on track, but in MotoGP, I know they struggle here into the Ducas loop. They just go too tight to the apex, and then they go off the track. Is that going to happen here? I think it is, because we've gained up to 4.4 seconds now. I'm trying to work this out, but I think it's that corner. The AI do traditionally struggle on the brakes, and they struggle in certain corners at certain tracks. I think this could be the one where they struggle. Now, I am still playing on 120% difficulty AI. Nothing has changed. Our bike hasn't changed either. We're still running the same bike. Everything is exactly the same, because we only receive our upgrades after this Grand Prix here, as this marks the end of the first half of the season. So this is good, but I'm also really disappointed, because I don't want to take a victory just because the AI is broken. And now the most annoying part is, it's going to look like I've changed difficulty, which I haven't. I can absolutely assure you, if you jump onto your game now and do the exact same thing I'm doing, you'll experience the same thing. There's complete transparency from me in all of my content. I mean, for goodness sake, in all those other videos where I got dethroned on the last lap, I probably should have changed it then. But honestly, I don't know why the AI is so broken here in Assen. It was the same thing in Jerez in MotoGP 22. It was completely pointless to do any races there, because the AI were dreadful going into the dry sack Danny Pedrosa corner. I don't know what it is about the AI in this game, but I think this is the point here. We're 7.4 seconds quicker in general, but we might be, 8 seconds by the end of that corner. Yeah, you can see the gap. It goes up tremendously just in that sector. But we're gaining 0.8 of a second in that split alone. And I wouldn't mind betting that they're going to struggle here into the Guillermo chicane. Quick change of direction, let's see. Gap is still 9 seconds. Actually, no, they clawed back in, so the difficulties is definitely going into the latter stage. Towards Sector 3 is where they lose the significant amount of time. But even into Harbach for Turn 1, I think they lose time. So this is going to be a completely different race than what we're accustomed to this season. The races have been fantastic. They've been extremely challenging from the Portimao Grand Prix. And this time we're going to have complete and utter control over every single rider. 20 seconds we're ahead of teammate Marcos Ramirez. Pedro Acosta in second, under 10 seconds behind. Going into Sector 3, I wouldn't mind betting that we get a 10-second advantage. That is astronomical. And I wouldn't say I'm just that damn good here in Assen. That's definitely because the AI have issues. They are also broken. Really, really struggling, honestly. I'm disappointed, but I'm going to be so pleased to claw back some points. And the irony is that I think here, or is it afterwards, we get the option to choose whether we want to stay in Moto 2 or move over to MotoGP. And as far as I'm concerned, I've completely decided to stay in Moto 2, because I don't think we're going to win this season. This is going to be one lucky race, I assure you. I don't think we'll have this success in any other race. Not to this level. Maybe in a few others, but I can't really think off the top of my head if any track is particularly broken. This one is completely broken. We've gained 2 seconds on this lap. And that's not skill, that is completely broken. And I can assure you the difficulty has not been changed. It's kind of annoying that I've got to explain that because I know there will be people out there who will question it. I've already had it in previous videos and MotoGP 22 career mode as well, where people don't believe you if you do well in a computer game. Go figure, eh? But I can assure you it's still 120% difficulty because I've actually really enjoyed the difficult season we've had so far. I know it's stupid to say that, but for content, this has been the most fun I've had in a MotoGP career mode for a while. I mean, I did really enjoy Moto 3 as well, but sometimes I felt like I could just win, and we had to balance it, but no, this is special, this one. This is really difficult, and some of the races we've had this season have had me head in hands. After the Sachsenring, I was thinking we might not get a victory this season. Maybe a few podiums again towards the latter stage. There is some tracks I'm looking forward to, such as Mazzano. I know that's a great track in MotoGP. It's usually one that you always win at. Maybe going into the likes of Qatar. I do like that track very much. Valencia is always a good track for me too. So I think there's going to be quite a few more wins to be had. But for the next race, I imagine Silverstone's going to be ridiculously difficult because of the corners. But there is quite a few braking markers, and if you recall, I once did a video talking about how easy the AI was in Silverstone in Moto 2. That was a previous video where they did an update for MotoGP 23, and I think the thumbnail simply says, too easy. And I think that was referring to Moto 2. So Moto 2 in some regards, like the starts, are absolutely, too tight to the apex there. Should have been a track limit warning. But as I mentioned, the starts, we've seen it all season, are dreadful. There was a comment recently where someone was saying that I'm playing on too low of a difficulty because I was able to start from 19th and get up to 1st in the first couple of corners. I can't put it any higher. That's just the way it is. The AI just don't understand how to start here in Moto 2. It's not the same for Moto 3 and it's not the same for MotoGP, but here, very difficult. They have issues. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say too much about this situation that we find ourselves in. I'm going to stay in Power Sitting 2 and hopefully get into the 136s. It'd be a nice achievement to get into that lap time. But we are looking very strong with the forward bike. And one thing I will say is that this week, since I came back from Germany, I have been spending a lot of time on MotoGP 23. From the Moto 2 career mode, I've recorded a lot of videos, and the MotoGP 23 live GP mode. I've been doing a lot of videos and I've been making a lot of content on this game, so I think I'm probably at my peak MotoGP 23 right now. I feel really strong. I've been winning races on live GP, I've been having some good battles with some very fast riders. I'm feeling good, so I would like to think that this is also adding to this consistency here in Assen. 137.1, 137.2, 137 flat, and now 137.2. Good pace, really good, and the qualifying was pretty much the same. I think at one point I said a 135 with Power Sitting 3, maybe 134, I don't really remember. But it was ridiculously quicker than the AI. I had a feeling going into this one that the AI could be broken. Not this broken, but I had an inkling. But it's quite evident where we're gaining a dramatic amount of time. And even in Power Sitting 2 we are dominating. So the gap, 21 seconds going into Russian Hook for turn 7. Still 21 seconds into Steckenval. And now up into De Bolt. One of the corners I really struggle with, by the way. I don't think I ever get this particularly right. Oh, right on cue, completely making a mishap. The gap has now gone up to 22 seconds, so we gained a second in that moment, even when I messed it up. And look at that, 8 tenths in this corner alone. It is definitely this corner that is broken. I wouldn't mind betting that if I jumped on it now and just went into that corner, we will see the problem that they have. I know it happens in MotoGP where the AI just goes, they run straight off the track every time. which is a damn shame because I'm sure I mentioned this before in a previous video. But nice and tight to the apex, beautifully done. I could go for the corner cut, like that is popular online. Still in 137.2 though. Good, good, good. I'm enjoying this one very much. I do apologise it's not the most entertaining of races, but I would like to show you my consistency here in Assen. I do very much love this circuit. See, the way it is with motorcycle games, and I think with anything really, from bikes, games, if you're good at something, you'll like it. If you're not so good at something, you won't enjoy it. Assen is one of those tracks that I'm okay at. I'm not the best, but I love this circuit, and I don't even care if I do bad. I just really love this circuit. And I think there's a few anomalies where you could say that you do enjoy certain tracks, and I would say that's definitely one of them for me. There's certain tracks I don't like because, yeah, I'll be honest, I'm not very good at them. And then on the flip side, I only like a track because I'm good at it, so we're all human, we all feel the same way. I don't think anyone is different in that regard. But good entry into De Bolt there, much better than the previous lap. Gap is 26 seconds. Already on the right hand side of the tyre, that's 2 tenths gained, 4 tenths gained, a second gained. Yeah, it's that corner. That is the corner. We're gaining a second per corner. Wow. Yeah, that's just unbelievable. I thought I was even taking a gamble here with the soft rear tyre. The recommendation was a medium front hard rear, but I thought I'd change it up and go for the soft. My goal here was, as I mentioned at the beginning, power setting 3, blast off into the distance, and power save for the latter stage. And again, another 137.2. Solid. Really solid performance here, and I am thoroughly enjoying this. The pressure is completely gone. I was a wreck in the Saxon Ring. I was so nervous and I was so intense in that video that this one is so good to just sit back and relax. Take my time, slowly downshift into first gear for Struben for turn 5 and just enjoy the experience. But what I will enjoy the most is the 25 championship points, because that is crucial for our championship. I did mention this in the last one that Tony Arbolino only needs to make a few mistakes and we're right back in it. He's not making a mistake actually, he's on the podium. So that's 9 points we'll gain on Tony. In a long grand scheme of things, it's going to take a lot of time and races to claw back the points, but we're going in the right direction and that is all that matters. So with the right speed, with the right tenacity for the next couple of races, and hopefully, fingers crossed, with an upgraded package on the forward Calyx machine, no, not Calyx, sorry, Triumph machine, we could be looking at a more competitive bike to fight in the next half of the season. What I will do, because I know there's a lot of people who've been mentioning this, they want to see my interactions, social interactions on social media for the career mode, and they also want to see bits of how it's going, who we got relationships within the teams, which teams we're looking at in the future, etc, etc. So what I'll do, summer break, we'll sit back, we'll have a little video, and I'll show you everything that has transpired so far. We'll have a look at the standings in detail, we'll discuss my relationships with the other riders, we'll look at the bike's performance compared to the others, and we'll see where we can go from there. So if you want to see anything in particular, let me know, and I'll definitely get that covered for you. But surprisingly enough, that last lap was a disappointment. We were 2 tenths slower, not good enough. But of course, guys, as well, I've not asked this yet, so if you don't mind, be sure to subscribe if you are enjoying the video. It does help the channel quite a lot, and I'm not that far away from 10,000 subscribers now. I'd really appreciate all of the assistance. If you could help me to get there before Christmas, I would be very, very grateful. And of course, I do a lot of content, videos every single day guaranteed unless I die, so you might as well subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Basically what I'm saying. So anyway, talking myself into trouble, into Mandeven for turn 10, back into the right hand side. Only beginning to be now, you can see the forward Triumph is beginning to look a little bit loose on the right hand side of the tyre. And I would say that the gamble with the soft front is the reason that is occurring. So we are quite gentle on the acceleration. I would pride myself in being able to make the tyres last. But into the gate timber chicane, nice quick change of direction, big upshift into second gear. And across the line, it is another 1:37.4. Just 1,000th of a second separates us from the previous lap time. And we are now 3 laps away from the first Moto2 victory here in MotoGP 23. It feels like it's been a long time coming. We started off in Portimao with a victory just right under our nose, which was taken by Tony Arbolino. In the Circuit of the Americas, I dropped the ball and I made a mistake, and the riders beat me and I finished in 3rd. In the Argentina Grand Prix, I made the mistake. Well, actually, the wet weather came and ruined my race. Otherwise, we were winning by a country margin. A country mile, that's the term, by a massive margin. And then again, in a couple of other races, the Saxon rain, of course, was a disaster. We were winning the race all the way to the final lap until Sean Dillon Kelly gave me a massive punt into the left-hand side, just into turn 8, turn 7, I don't really remember. And the race went away from us. But yeah, that's all part of the past now. Johan Zarco can take his first MotoGP victory after 2,000 plus days. DrAce can take his first victory in Moto2 after 8 videos. Are we on 8? Are we on video number 8? I think we are. So I'm happy. I think this has been a well-deserved victory. I mean, it's not over yet. We're 40 seconds ahead. But you never know. Anything could happen. And that could very well be the biggest win margin in Moto2 for a long, long time. Maybe ever. What a performance. Across the line. Back into the 1:37.4s. We have been in every single lap in the 1:37s. A deviation of no more than 2/10. 4/10 maybe. I'm really pleased with that consistency. You can tell how seriously I wanted this victory. 51 seconds ahead of teammate Marcus Ramirez. And if he's in the points, that's even more ridiculous. I would assume he'd be last, being 51 seconds away from the lead. Crazy. So, back onto the power. We will be doing this just one more time for this. Wow, this video has flown by, and I've just caught my attention. Tony Arbolino is not on the podium anymore. He's not even in the top 5. He's down to 6th place. If Alberto Reyes and Sam Lowes can get past him, we'll be taking quite a large gap back in the championship points. Rub your hands together, guys and gals. Pedro Acosta is the concerning part, but compatriot Jake Dixon now up on the inside. We could be taking even more points. 9 points away from Acosta and about 15 away from Tony Arbolino. Good things come to those who wait. Good things come to those who never stop trying. And that is us. The epitome of never stop trying is our channel. And this is it. Keep pushing to the very end. Oh, Pedro, don't be ruining it now. Get back into 3rd. We're into the gear to chicane. This is the penultimate time of tackling the brilliant GT chicane across the line. We are actually going to improve back up to the 1:37.3s. So every single lap has been a low 1:37. I am made up. I'm absolutely made up with this one. If Jake Dixon could do me a solid and finish in 2nd, he's in 2nd now, that would be the icing on top of the cake. I've got custard donuts from Morrison's today. I could celebrate with those. If anyone wants a custard donut, let me know. Got plenty to go around for the aces. And Aaron Canet and Somkat Chandra have now got past Pedro Acosta as well. Oh, this day cannot get any better. Only if you guys hit the like button and consider subscribing as well. That would be the only thing to top this day. And we should be winning by 50 seconds. Absolutely crazy. Tony Arbolino is back up to 5th. Acosta back into 4th. But this final lap could be yielding some interesting results for our championship challenge. It is not over yet. We are going to win though. That's the only certainty in this race here today. We are actually struggling on this lap. We've lost 5/10. And maybe I'll go for a funky wheelie across the line towards the end of the video. So, yeah. This one I'm not bothered about, but the other laps I'm pleased that we did. 11 consistently fast lap times. So into the gear tip I can't say it. The gear tip chicane for the final time. Into the right, into the left. Get ready to wheelie. Go on, wheelie. It's not wheeling. Do a stoppie instead, and then a wheelie to finish. Oh, it didn't do it. Never mind. But victory goes to the way of DrAce for the first time in Moto 2, and compatriot Jake Dixon finishes in second to take away massive points from Acosta and Tony Arbolino. But guys, I enjoyed that. It may not have been the most intense race, but to take the first 25 points in Moto 2 is terrific. I am very pleased. So having a look at the championship standings, we have clawed back the points. We're now into third, 38 points behind Tony Arbolino, and just 7 points behind Spaniard Pedro Acosta in second. This championship is still alive, ladies and gentlemen. We were down by 60 points, but that gap is slowly going down. But guys, that is it from me. Thank you very much for watching this video. I certainly hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, comment and subscribe. And I guess I'll see you in the next video. Forward team still saying where we are, but Red Bull KTM IO on the approach for the team's championship. But guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.